All right, like I said, I will be using JPTS2 exams2.com as a case study here. Now, I have created a demo or a test user account. So that is what we will be using. Now, the first thing is for the lecturer to go to or to log into JPTS exams. Yeah, JPTS exams1.com/WP-admin or JPTS, whichever site the person is using, either exams1, exams2, or exams3. But what is most important is it has to be JPTS exams1, 2, or 3.com/WP-admin. WP-admin. This is, I think, okay, this is it. JPTS exams. For this, I'm using JPTS exams as a case study. So this is JPTS exams2.com/WP-admin. If you don't put the WP-admin, the login details will not work because this is an admin account. So if you're logging in as a student, you will not have access to the tutor dashboard. Please, if you are just joining, please mute yourself. Now, like I said, I've created a demo account for this, which the username is test and the password is what I just imputed, and I just click login. And this takes me to the tutor account. This is the tutor account. The tutor is you can call it tutor, you can call it instructor, but since we'll be using lecturer, so this is the lecturer's account. This is where they are going to set their questions. Now, the first thing to do is to click on, please follow this instructions step by step, because if you miss anything out, the questions will not display as it is supposed to display. And if it does not display properly, the students will have issue with the particular course that is not well done. So please follow this instruction step by step. So the first thing to do is to click Tutor LMS Pro. Once you click Tutor LMS Pro, it opens this page. Or you can just place your cursor on Tutor LMS and click courses, either one. But if you just click on Tutor LMS, it brings this page. Now, this page is coming up because it is new. No one has created any question at the moment. But if there are questions that have been submitted, if there are questions that has been set, you will find it all here. Now, when we proceed, you will actually see. Now, the first thing the next thing you have to do is to click on Add New. When you click Add New, it brings you to the page where you are going, or where the lecturers are going to set the exam question. And on this page, please, sorry, I'm trying to mute those that are not muted. All right, now, the first thing is to add title. The title is, you use this format for the title. The center, followed by the course title, followed by the course code. The center, followed by the course title, followed by the course code. Example, I'll be using Abaranje Center as a case study. So you have Abaranje Center project manage note 1 UMP 101. That's the title. The center followed by the course title, followed by the course code. So if your own is Gariki Center, put Gariki Center, Kafanshan Center, put Kafanshan. Please don't write the street of your, or don't write the address of your center. Just put the name of the center, because we also the course title and the course code needs to be very visible. So if your center is has occupied the space, once the admin wants to publish it, you might not see the course. You will only be seeing your center because the name of your center is too long. If your center is Ijako Center, put Ijako. If it is Benin Center 1, put Benin Center 1. So just short like that. Don't put the address of the center. Glory Memorial Grammar School, we say Abuja Center. No, just Abuja Center 1, or LEA, just Center 1. All right, so if that has been done, you scroll down to where you have add new topic. Click new topic, and it pops up this little window, and on the column which says topic name, just type examination and click add topic. Now, after you've done this, just go to quiz. Now, this is where you will be setting the question. Now, if you click outside, if you mistakenly click outside this window, the window will go. So if you have not saved your work, it goes with your work. So if mistakenly I come outside and I click, the window will go. So make sure you stay inside, or make sure your cursor stays inside the window as long as you're setting the question. So let's go back to quiz. And this quiz title will be the title you gave to this course in the beginning, which I told you the format is the center name, followed by the course title and followed by the course code. So you repeat that here. You can do a copy and paste to make it faster. You can do a copy and paste to make it faster. So this is about, sorry, I'm trying to mute those that are joining and are not muted. That will be about center projects management 1. Click save and next. And that brings you to where you will start setting the question. Now, to set the first question, click add question. It brings you to this window. Erase this. Everything you see there, question 24062, yours will be different, because the more they add question, the more the number increases. So you'll be seeing different numbers. So just erase everything and type your question. Please do not number this question. Don't put number 1. What is no? Just start your question. What is project management? And the next thing is you move to the question type. Select your question type. Now, the question type here is you have true or false, you have single choice, you have multiple choice, open-ended, fill in the blank, short answer, matching, image and string, and ordering. Let me explain all this to you. Now, true or false is where the student picks, like if you have so thing, you want them to choose either true or false. That is, if you want the true or false option as answer, you choose true or false. Single choice is where they have to pick one option or one answer out of probably 3, 4, 5 answers. Multiple is where you want them to pick two or more answers from multiple answers. Open-ended is where you want them to write an essay, fill in the blank, like we all know. Ade is a dash. Yes, you want them to fill a gap. Now, short answer is like open-ended, but you have limited words to type. Short answer is not as open-ended that you can type as much as you want. So short answer is just like a word, a sentence at most. While matching, we'll not be using matching or image answering or ordering, but just let me explain briefly. Now, matching means you're trying to, like, you have two images, you're told to match the image together to form one. Like you're fixing like a puzzle where you're trying to fix in the image to be two images to form a complete image. Now, image matching is where you are trying to, matching is when you're trying to put two things to become one. It can be words, it can be image, it can be letters, it can be anything. Why image matching is what I explained earlier. Now, image answering is where you have a question and the students are supposed to answer with images. Ordering is when you want the students to arrange the answer in a particular order. You want them to arrange it in a particular order. Probably C comes first, D follows, A follows, then lastly B. So they can arrange it in that order. Now, but for the sake of this exam, we will be using true or false, single choice, and multiple choice. We can actually use open-ended and short answer, but if we use that, we will be having the, when students are done with their exam, they'll be having this in review in their score. That means it has to be marked manually. That is what it means. And students are not really happy with that in review. So let them just do their exams and have their score at once. So for us not to have that in review, we will not be using open-ended and short answer. So we stick to true or false, excuse me, we stick to true or false, single choice, and multiple choice. Now, for this question, what is project management? I will be going by single choice. Now, once I click change single choice, it gives me this single choice option. Now, the next thing you have to do is to click randomize. Randomize means your option A, B, C, and D will be shuffled. So if we have 6 or 10 students sitting together, they will be having a shuffled option. My A will be different from the A of the person next to me. My A can be the person's D can be the next person's C, and that. So that's randomized. Now for each point, that means for each score for this exam, each score for a question is 2. So you just delete 1 and put 2. Please do not toggle this button on. You don't want to display the point. And do not toggle this too. Answer required, no. If you toggle answer required, that means until they pick the right answer, they won't be able to move forward to the next question. So please do not toggle this on. Now you leave the description, just leave it, and you come to add an option. Click add an option. This is where you will input your answers. So when I clicked it, it opened this. So answer title means you should start inputting your answers one after the other. So the question is, what is PNP? So let me say PNP is perfect match. I'm trying to put random answer, perfect match personnel. Click, leave it at only text because it's only text. Update answer. That is my option A. Please do not put A perfect match personnel. No, just put the option. Now, to add option B, I'll just click add an option again and project manager professional. And I will click update. Option, I'm adding my option C now, projects management professional. That's my option C. My option, last option, let me say all of the above. You can also use none of the above, whichever one. So I'm going to stop there. Now, once you're done with your options, you've inputted all your options. Now, the correct, you will see the circles in front of all the answers. Check which one is correct. So I'll be checking the third one as my correct answer. That means if the student picks this project management profession as answer, he scores 2 points. But if he picks any other one, he scores 0 points. So once you're done with this, or okay, if you want to rearrange the options, probably you're not okay with the arrangement, you want to rearrange the option, just put your cursor on these 3 lines. Yes, hold it down and drag. It's not dragging. But anyway, you can do that. I don't know why it's not dragging, but if you want to rearrange, you can just hold it down and drag. So once you're done with all this, just click add to question. That means you're done with question 1. So for question 2, you click add, clean all this. Is a good manager needed for a project? Now I want to use a true or false. I want to use a true or false answer. So I just click true or false. And I'll randomize. I'll change this to 2. And I'll come here. Either it is true or false, I'll pick which one. But in this case, I'm picking true as my correct answer. So I say add to question. That's question 2. Now, that is the way you add all your questions. So say my question 3 is, what is your best color? And now I want to go for single choice, randomize to add an option. Say my first option is red. Update answer. My second option is green. My second option is green. Update answer. My third option is purple. Your update answer. Let me choose none of the above here. Above. and you update. Now, like I said, once you're done with your answers, you pick, you check the question, you check the circle which has the correct answer. So for this, I want to choose none of the above as my correct answer. So all I need to do is check this circle and click add to question. So that adds the question I just said to the question I set before. So now you have 3 questions all. Now, after you have set your 50 questions, because the total number of questions to set is 50. After you've set your 50 questions, all you need to do is click save and next. And that brings you to this window. Now, the time limit for the exam is 40 minutes. So you change this 0 time limit to 40. Now, it is important, please do not forget to change this time, because whatever you put here determines how long the student have to take that same examination. And please be mindful when you type 40. Now, if you type 40, for those of us who uses shortcut a lot. Now, for someone like me, if I want to move my windows up and down, I use my 2 fingers on my cursor to drag it up or to drag it down. Once your cursor is on this time limit portion and you move it up, it increases, it increases and reduces it, as you can see. Now, I am just moving my 2 fingers on my cursor and it's changing. So in the process of going up, you might be changing the value of this time limit. So the best thing to do is, once you type in the time limit, which is 40, click outside the box. So whatever you do does not affect that time limit again. Now, please, on no condition should you click any of this: default, retry mode, or review mode. Please do not click any of this. Once you do any of this, it actually shows the student the correct answers to the question, even if they are getting it wrong. So please do not click any of this option. Now, the next thing you do is to reduce this from 10 to 1. That means the student only had just 1 trial to take the exam. Once they miss out for that 1 trial, then they would not be able to take the exam again. Please make sure you set this number to 1. Now, the next thing is to set the passing grade. The passing grade is 40%, so just input 40. And the maximum questions allowed to answer is 50. Just input 50. Now, for the advanced setting,
what is passing grade 40%?
That's the passing grade, sir. 40. Once a student has 40, that means the system will not record it fail for him. But anything below 40 is fail.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So for the advanced setting, please leave the advanced setting the way it is. The only thing that should be changed, which has already been set as default, is this random. That means if we have 20 or 50 students sitting together and they start the examination at the same time, the question that comes to them at the same time will be different from each other. That means if there are 50 questions and 10 students are sitting together, my number 1 question can be the number 20 question. The other person's the first question can be number 5, like that. Why this is done is so that students don't get to have the opportunity to ask themselves, oh, what is the answer of number 2? So even if they're sitting together, they get different questions at the same time. So after this point, just click save and next. Once you click save and next, you're done with setting the question for that particular course. the next thing you need to do is to come up here and click submit for review. Once you submit for review, the super admin gets your question and would go through it to be sure if you have done the right thing and it will be approved or disapproved. Now, after you are given the first question, for you to set the second question, come to add new. Remember when we started the training, you clicked on tutor elements and you clicked on courses, and it brought you to a page where you clicked add new. So from this point that you have finished setting your first question and you have submitted your question for review, you can start your second question from here by clicking add new. On the other end, you can also go back to Tutor LMS Pro. Click on Tutor LMS Pro. It takes you to the previous place we started from. But note that when we started, there was nothing here. It was blank. But now, because the question has been set, now it is displaying the question here. So if you want to set the next question, all you need to do is just click add new and follow the step that has been explained earlier. But just let me do this as a recap for those that probably joined late or those that don't really understand what I said earlier. So like I said, the first thing to do is to add the course title, which the format goes down, the center name, the course title, followed by the course code. For example, let me use
Yomi, I would like you to talk more about how the course title should be written.
Yes, officer.
Identify the lecturer and the center. I don't know if you have talked about that before, but
yes, I've done that, but I'll repeat it.
Emphasize it again. Some people just joined us now, and there are some coordinators who are not. Many of coordinators are not online. Don't know why. Okay.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, like I said, the format of the title is the center followed by the course title and followed by the course code. For example, let me use unique center as an example. Now you type unique, all in capital letter, please. Unique center quality management, followed by the course code QMT 201. Now, please, I said, sir.
No, let the course title be quality management.
Okay.
First, remove that unique center, quality management 201. Then in brackets, after that, you now put the center name.
All right.
Go from so that student can identify it better.
All right.
Quality management. Then yes, in front you now put empty from a bracket.
All right.
201.
All right. Thank you.
Can you do that?
I've done that already.
No, remove it from bracket QMT 201.
Okay.
Not unique QMT 201.
Okay, all right.
Remove it. Then what you do put dash 100 level. After that QMT 201. After that, no, not that. After that, to QMT 201. Okay. 100 level. Second semester, abi? First semester.
200 level.
That is 200 level first semester.
Yes.
Just give an example. Is an example we are giving. Write first, no, that first one ST.
Okay, sir.
Just for proper understanding for students themselves. You know, some students now don't even know their course. They don't know so.
Yes.
So the course should be properly identified like this: the course name, course title, the level, and the semester. Then the center.
All right.
It's very important. this.
Right.
So
Thank you, sir.
not just, yes, if you are titling a course, the course name, the course code, the level, the semester, and the center must be completely written. It's very important. Okay, you can continue.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, now please, like we've all heard, the format should be the course title, the course code, the level, the semester, and the center. And like I said earlier, please, when you're writing the center, let it be short, let it not be too long. Please don't write the full address of your center. Ijako Center is Ijako Center. Benin Center 1 is Benin Center 1. If you have multiple centers in that region, you can just do LEA just center. Just make sure your center can be is unique enough to be so that we can differentiate it from other centers. But please do not put the full address of your center. That will make the title too cumbersome, please. All right, that being said, after the course title, you scroll down to add new topic. Click add new topic. Here it pops up this little window, and on the part that says topic name, type examination and click add topic. Now, once you've done that, you will see these buttons that were not there before. Click quiz, and it opens up this little window. Now, what you will do now is to repeat the same title you gave to the course in the beginning. Here, you can just do a copy and paste. Probably immediately you type that, just copy it. And once you get here, just paste it. So I'll be repeating the same thing I have written on the course title, which is Quality Management, UMT 201, first 200 level, first semester, unique center, in brackets, and click save and continue. Once you do that, it brings you to the window where you will be setting your question one by one. I said earlier, please do not click outside this window, because once you click outside this window, it closes this window automatically. Let me show you what I'm trying to say. As you can see, my cursor is within the window. Once I click anything, it stays. But once I come outside this box and click outside, it leaves. So make sure your cursor is within the range of that window, that box that just disappeared. But if you mistakenly clicked outside and it disappeared and you want to go back, all you need to do is click on quiz and enter. Because I have not saved what I had done earlier, it went off. So please make sure you don't click outside this box until you save your first question, because when you save your first question, then you're good to go. So I will repeat what I've done. Okay, just let me do a copy and paste to make it faster. Come back to quiz, copy, paste, save next, add question. Now, like I said, this is where you input your question one after the other. Now, the first thing is erase this completely. Do not number the question like number 1. What is no? Don't number the question. Just type your question. What is quality management? Now, the next thing here is for you to select your question or your question type. Your question type. Let me briefly explain this question types again. True or false answer gives the student the ability to answer if the question is true or false. The Nigerian flag contains green and white color. true or false. Yes, question like that, you use a true or false. A single choice is where you want the student to choose just one answer as the correct answer from letter A to D. The student will have to pick one. Multiple is when you are choosing two or more answers as your correct answer. Open-ended is an essay kind of question where you give the students discuss, explain. Yes, that's an open-ended question. Fill in the blank is dash is a pencil, or Olu is a dash. That's a fill in the blank. Like we also use the word fill in the gap. Short answer is more or less like open-ended, but you get to type lesser. Open-ended, you have the privilege to type too many or very many words. But for short answer, you're restricted to either one word or a sentence. Now, for matching, image answering, and ordering, we might not be using that, but just let me explain. Matching is when you're trying to match two things together. It might be a word, it might be a picture, it might be anything. Image matching is when you're matching images together. Like you're trying to make two images, you're trying to fit in two images to be one. Image answering is when you have a question and you need the student to answer with an image. While ordering is where you need the student to arrange the answer in a particular order. Like you have letter option A to D, and you want D to come first, A to come second, C to come third, and D to come last. Yes, in that order. That is what the ordering is all about. So for this exam, we'll be sticking to true or false, single choice, and probably multiple choice. Now, this question I just typed in, which is what is quality management, is a single choice question. So I will go by single choice. Now, after that, toggle the randomize button, toggle it on, just click on it and it comes on. Please do not toggle answer required on. Do not toggle answer required on. If this is on, it means the student must answer the correct or pick the correct answer before the student can move to the next question. That means if the student is picking the wrong answer, the system will be telling the student that the answer is wrong until the student picks the correct answer. So please do not toggle it on. And after that, select points for this exam. Each point for the point for each question will be 2. Do not toggle display points on. So once you're done with that, bring your cursor down and click add option. Add option gives you the function to input your answer. So I say, what is quality management? Just for the sake of this training, I want my answers to be short. So let me say quality management is this is my answer now, AMM. Once you're done with that, click update answer. To add another answer, click add an option. QMT add an option again. PMP updates. My last option, HRM update. Now, once you've done this and you're done with your 4 options, you will see a circle in front of each of the options. You check, just check means just click the circle in front of the correct answer. So for this question, I'll be choosing B as the correct answer. So just check it, and you will see a deep blue dot in the middle of the circle. That means that is the correct answer. So once the student picks QMT as his correct and his or her correct answer, the system scores the student 2. But if the student picks anything other than QMT as the correct answer, the student will be scored 0. All right, so after this, click add to question. That means you finished number 1 question. Now, to set number 2 question, you click add question. Erase this completely. Quality. I'm typing my question now. Management. Compulsory for all industries. Stop. Now, for all manufacturing. Now, I want to use the true or false option. All I need to do is click on true or false, randomize, change this to 2, come down here, it will display the true or false. You don't need to type it in for true or false. So you pick which one is the correct answer. For this question, I'll be checking, or I'll be checking true as my correct answer, and after that, add to question. And that sets the second question. This is the step to follow to set all the 50 questions. So once you're done with your 50 questions, click save and next. When you click save and next, come to time limit, which is the time given for the students to complete the exam. Kindly change the 0 to 40. Like I said, for those of us who like shortcuts, if you want to move your windows up and down, like you're working on the document and you want to move it up and down, you can use your 2 fingers on your cursor, swipe it up, swipe it down, it moves it. If the cursor is on this time limit and you move it up and down, it changes the figure. It changes the figure. So that this will not happen, once you type 40 as the time limit, click outside the box so that whatever you do does not affect the time limit. Now, do not toggle hide quiz time. Do not toggle it on, leave it off so that the students will see as their time counts down. Again, I emphasized on this earlier, and I'm going to do that again. On no condition should you check any of this: default, retry mode, or review mode. On no condition should you click on any of this, because if you do this, reveals the answer to the student even while he or she is getting it wrong. So please do not check any of those options. After that, come to attempt allowed. Reduce this to 1. That means students only have 1 opportunity to take the exam, and after that, the system would not allow such students to take that exam again. Passing grade is 40. That means if the student scores 40 and above, the system records pass for the student. But if the student score 39 and below, the system record fail for the student. For maximum question allowed, please enter 50. Enter 50. And after that, the said earlier, the advanced settings should be left because it has been set to default. What is needed has been set to default. What is most important here is this random. That means if we have a lot of students sitting together, the question they get at the same time will be different. In other words, the system shuffles the question. for each IP that logs into this portal. So just leave that on, and after that, click Save and Next. Once you click Save and Next, that means you are done with the question. That means you're done with the question. And after that, click Submit for review. Submit for review. That means you are done with that course. And for you to move to the next, to set your next question, please kindly click Add New. Add New will take you to a fresh page where you will start to set the next question. Now, let me recap, or let me summarize everything I have said so far in this training. When you log on to the portal as instructor, you log on to the portal JPTS exams either 1, 2, or 3.com/WP-admin. If you don't put that, if you just type JPTS exams1.com and you're using an instructor's login details to enter, it will deny you access because you're using an admin account, so you cannot log in as a student. So also, if a student wants to log in with a student account on an admin URL, it will deny the student same. So please make sure you add /WP-admin to your URL when you are typing the URL. Now, the next thing to do is to click on Tutor LMS. That brings you to this page. And after this page, what you need to do is to click Add New. Now, the first thing to do here is to enter your the title of the course. And the format is the course title, the course code, the level, the semester of the course, followed by the center. I said earlier, please put in your center name in such a way that it will be easily recognized and it will be different from other centers. And do not put the full address of your center. If your center is Abaranja Center, please write only Abaranja Center. Don't start writing number this street, Abaranja. No, just Abaranja Center. Ikotun Center, just Ikotun Center. Please let your center be short and brief, and let it be unique. Most importantly, let it be unique so that it will be different from every other centers. After that, scroll down, click Add New Topic. Here, type examination. Type examination. Click Add Topic. Once you click that, you'll see these functions, these clickable buttons, you see them on. Click on Quiz. Repeat the same title you gave to the course at first, which is the course title followed by the course code, followed by the level of the course, followed by the semester, and lastly the center, and click Save and Next. Now, this brings you to where you will set your question. As I have explained earlier, just click on it, erase this, input your question, come to the next place, choose your question type. Once you choose your question type, toggle randomize on, change this points to 2, add your options, and after that, add to question. And with that is how you will all set your question. And that brings us to the end.